It's very kind of you. Good evening and welcome to 10 by 9, where 9 people have up to 10 minutes each to tell a true story from their own life. I'm Paul Dorn, and tonight our theme is Wee Buns. Okay, next, we hadn't seen him for the summer. We're all about to find out why. Here's Paul Brady.
I surveyed the 276 individual pieces of my IKEA Rockestad wardrobe, holding a screwdriver and an Allen key. I took a deep, reassuring breath and told myself, "Bunnicky bugger, big lad, bunnicky bugger." My old Irish teacher made up these nonsense words and used it like his catchphrase. It means wee buns in Irish, the same way that dos beeros pleaso means 2 beers please in Spanish. But it's stuck in my brain, and over 40 years later, I still use it regularly to reassure myself that everything's going to be alright. I've used it a lot lately. The eagle-eyed among you, as Paul said, noticed the language has been cleaner at a lot of the recent 10 by 9 events, and not containing as much Westie slang as usual. I've been on a sabbatical of sorts. In early June, I stood in my kitchen and hung up the phone. It was at the end of a particularly stressful conversation, at the end of a particularly stressful day, at the end of a particularly stressful week. The week had come at the end of 6 months of living with the threat of actually being homeless, and at the end of a year-long health scare for the Duchess, which is fine, by the way. I set the phone down. I felt a breathless tightness in my chest. I was breathing in, but not breathing out. The Duchess was watching TV in the next room, and I couldn't call out. Everything started to go dark. The voice inside my head said casually, "Fuck me, big lad, this is it. This is the big one. I hope when she finds you haven't shit yourself or anything really embarrassing." As the lights went out, I reached for the kitchen countertop and waited for the final punch to the chest that would end it all. And I waited, and then waited some more, and then the lights started to come back on. I breathed out, the tightness eased. I breathed in and out a few more times. The voice piped up again. "Are we dead?" Was that it? I've got to say, it was a bit underwhelming. As surprises go, my first ever panic attack was not a pleasant one. I highly recommend that you never have one. I felt a mixture of relief and shock as my doctor explained it all to me later. "Panic? Me? Not my style, doc," I said. "I'm not the panic type." "It's a generic term," she continued calmly, while ignoring my idiotic bravado. "It's a safety valve. That's your brain telling you that enough's enough. Whatever that last straw was, that was the one too many. It's a warning shot, so I would listen to the signs if I was you." So I listened. I didn't go back into work. After 38 years of getting up and going to my job, I just didn't. I slept, talked it through with the Duchess, spoke to the kids, spoke to my brothers. Slept some more, went for some walks, did some thinking. Took a pep talk from my brother-in-law and applied for a different job. As a practicing non-religious cynic, I of course did the next logical and scientific thing and went and spoke to my dead parents at the graveyard. They advised that I should never go back to work in a place that had left me like that. "Flaming Egypt," said my dead ma. "Bucking Comanche," said my dead dad. I asked them to keep an eye on me for my upcoming interview for a brand new job in a brand new field. My first interview in 24 years. As a practicing non-religious cynic, I can tell you that they must have pulled all kinds of crazy Fenian ghost tricks, because a few weeks ago I bought a shirt, borrowed a tie, and blagged my way to a new job in a new field. They'll walk around the house asking for applause all the time. You don't get it. Admittedly, with a certain degree of self-satisfaction, I handed my resignation letter in and cleared out my desk. After 38 years in the health service, I walked out the door for the last time Friday week ago and started my brand new job with the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds last Monday. The Duchess made me stand in front of the door like a P1 on my first day. In those 38 years, I've seen some highlights. Always the people. I've met some brilliant people. I've seen unbelievable things with my own eyes. Crazy, life-saving things. And devotion to a notion by so-called ordinary people who get up every day and just do crazy, extraordinary things. And nobody really knows what they do. I've seen a man with my own eyes take a hammer and chisel and blatter a human leg while it was still attached to the human to make it work properly. I've seen a woman kneel on a table and reach elbow deep into another woman and take a baby out. A disgusting, screaming, snot-covered baby. I've seen 6 people literally breathing for a baby the size of my hand when I prayed that the computers that I installed wouldn't be the weak link. I've met people at the absolute end of the reserves as the radio tells them another bomb and another influx of people on the way. And they just crack some super dark Northern Ireland joke like, sure, if I go home now I'll get shot. And just keep going until the backup arrives. I've seen cripples walk, blind people see, deaf people hear, and damned people brought back to life either through quick intervention or painstaking treatment with chemicals and patience. Through it all, I work with the people in the background who keep the lights blinking. In 38 years, I've also seen the damage done. All the years of it running on empty have finally brought it to the brink of collapse. The vultures are circling. We'll miss it. Also, though, there are all things that have kept me going through the dark days and nights. A woman talking into a computer mouse like a walkie-talkie. Start computer. Mice were new at the time. People didn't really know how they worked. People who point at their screen to show you things when you're talking to them on the phone from 10 miles away. The stories of various objects taken out of people's crevices after adventurous sex gone wrong. Checking under my car every day before going to work in the 90s because the peelers told me to. I was a Fenian working in darkest Dundonald and was a potential target. I was quite pleased. I'd never been a potential anything. Having a wee woman interrupting my class I was teaching in the Ulster Hospital. The main hospital reception had told her that a Westie Fenian worked upstairs and he would know how to break into your car and get her keys back. Someone complaining that the printer I had installed for them the day before wasn't working, and what kind of expert was I, etc., etc., etc. I said calmly, look, go and make yourself a cup of tea, and I'll try and figure out what's going wrong. I can't even make tea, she says, the electricity's out. I waited patiently for the moron penny to drop. Being told by a doctor with a God complex, I'm here till 8 p.m, Sonny, and that means you are too. I laughed out loud. Listen, man, I said, number 1, I'm not your Sonny. Number 2, I'm on my way home. Number 3, if you call me in the morning and apologise for your behaviour tonight, I will of course do what I can to help. I'm getting in my car right now and driving to you, he said angrily, and you'd better be there when I arrive. Listen, man, I said, you may have some idea of what you think an IT nerd looks like, but if you get in your car and come here, you'd better hope that I'm not here, because I'll kick your cheeky hole up and down this car park. But by all means, drive down and find out. My name's Paul Brady. I'm here all day long. He never showed. Or maybe he did. I went home. 38 years of classic messers and hilarious nerds self-holdingly funny people to make you mute the phone, to help me buy a house, marry a duchess. I wouldn't have experienced any of it if I had followed my original plan of working here for 2 years, then travelling the world. The perfect bullshit 19-year-old thing to say. And now, closing in on 60 years of age, I have jumped blindly into a whole new world of birds, where for the time being anyway, I can't laugh or make jokes when anybody says tit, shag or swallow. Bumaggy bugger, big lad, bumaggy bugger.
Thank you very much, Paul. We have missed you, and we're delighted to have you back.